everybody. Welcome back to 2026 Season 2, Soaps and Sass.
Hey, everybody. How do you be? How do you do?
I am Mama Sass.
And I'm Baby Sass.
We have missed y'all.
Yes, we apologize for the lateness on these episodes.
I ain't apologizing for nothing. We were on hiatus.
Some more willing than others. I will say that.
Yeah, well, there's been holidays.
There's been holidays.
And health.
There's been travel.
Yep. So here we are. We're back. Let's get into it. And by the way, I missed our theme song. Our theme song is a bop. I'm sorry. But
had I known, I would have just played it at random points for you.
You could do that. All right. So let me recap because we're covering 3 weeks.
Yeah.
In this season 2 first episode, or episode 2 really, second episode in 2026. Okay. So we are going from January 5th all the way to January 23rd.
Woo!
There was some stuff happening.
Yes.
So, yeah, I know we're a little late, but we are still excited about it. Okay, so starting Monday, January 5th, Laura stands her ground. She ain't going to Ireland, but Kevin must, and he's got to take Ace with him, because as we remember, Sidwell had threatened the baby.
Right.
He also threatened Kevin,
right,
to be honest.
And for me, I'm like, this is a perfect way to write out Kevin without killing Kevin.
Yes.
Because I'm like, you ain't killing Kevin.
Right, because he's busy over on Beyond the Gates.
And he will be for the foreseeable future.
Yes. Okay, Dante is called back to the witness stand where Alexis questions him further about Michael and his movements. Christina makes a tempting offer to Jacinda, gives her enough money to leave town and start over. She doesn't, spoiler alert. Brennan corners Britt. I think that's a bit of an overstatement. They ran into each other at Bobby's, and he tells her what for. Portia confides in Elizabeth with respect to everything she's going through with the baby and the court case and blah, blah, blah.
Still waiting on that paternity test.
Yep. And Charlotte reveals that she's seen her father, and she reveals that to Danny, and Danny plots to help her do it again, which he does. On Tuesday of that week, so Tuesday, Jan 6th, Michael takes a stand. It wasn't great, but it was believable.
It was indeed.
Because his alibi fell apart the previous week, as y'all may recall. Elizabeth also testifies again. It's not great for Michael. Carly and Valentine fashion a new plan. So Valentine may be staying at Carly's despite Charlotte's second visit to him. He was very upset.
Yeah.
Delighted to see her, but very upset. Lulu and Nathan worry about Charlotte ditching Jeffers, the escort. But, apparently it wasn't so bad. They talked to her and she's like, I won't do it again. And Tracy makes a vow to find out who sandbagged her. Basically, the fact that Alexis bluffed her and messed her up, and she was not happy about it. On Wednesday, Lulu comforts Dante, who is riddled with self-doubt after the debacle in court. Thank you, Chase. Laura is relieved. I don't remember by what. Tracy comes to a shocking conclusion. Whoever ratted her out lives inside the house. That feels like a Hamilton reference, but anyway, we'll let that one go.
Did you say the call was from inside the house?
Whoever ratted her out lives inside the house.
Oh, sorry. I'm hearing you. I'm not here. Because I'm like, that's not a Hamilton reference. That's, if anything, I think
it's a horror movie.
Yeah, I think it's a Scream reference.
No, but I think there's something...
I say that like I've seen Scream, but...
No, but there was something in Hamilton. I feel like either Daveed Diggs or Leslie Odom Jr.'s character says something about it's inside the house. Okay. But anyway, I'll listen to that soundtrack later. Nathan and Molly compare notes about the trial and what happened and what did we miss. And Michael is taken aback to learn that Christina knew he was going to have a bad day in court. That gets sorted out. On Thursday, Trina and Kai make a huge realization about who shot Drew. In case you want to go back and watch it again, Thursday, January 8th is when Drew completely loses his cool in court. We gonna talk about that. Alexis makes a risky legal move. And I think that's when she gave her closing argument. I could be wrong. No, she hasn't made her closing argument yet. But the risky move, if you ask me, is her putting Drew on the stand. But maybe the risky legal move was putting Willow on the stand after Drew had been on the stand. Brooklyn reconnects with Sonny because he made some fancy pasta, so that was cool.
Right, but also, talking about Gio.
Yes, of course. And Dante makes an admission. Maybe he has a blind spot when it comes to Michael.
Oh, we all know this.
On Friday, Tracy confronts Alexis, How dare you sandbag me, sucker punch me, all the thing, because you know Tracy don't like it when anybody gets one over on her.
Nope. Especially if it goes against her promise to family.
Right.
And Monica.
Jason and Carly have an encounter with Drew at Cafe Cherie, which is really quite hilarious. And if you want to go back and watch that episode on Friday, if you didn't catch it the first time, peep Willow in the background.
Especially when he gets his drink tossed on his shirt.
I'm just saying. Britt makes a slip of the tongue. And I think that's when she admits to Brad that she was dating Jason.
Yeah.
Trina and Kai weigh their options on what they're going to do with what they know about who shot Drew. And Laura confers with Sunny. I'm assuming, again, over the Dalton.
Yeah, I think
Dalton
so.
murder pending hidden information. Okay, so then the second week, January 12th to the 16th. On Monday, Alexis is floored when Kai and Trina present their evidence. So I guess we know what Trina and Kai decided to do. Martin relays news to Drew. There's a court order for him to return the heirlooms. Molly confides in Christina about her foolishness with Cody. James had asked Cody and Molly if they were boyfriend and girlfriend. She said no, he said yes. She fled in embarrassment. Christina encourages her to go back and fix it. Michael and Jacinda grow closer because she tells him everything, including what happened with Smarmy. Yeah, Boyle. Ezra Boyle. And why she didn't tell him before. And how she likes him. And Nina is frustrated with how the trial is going. Tuesday, January 13th. Valentine takes a risk and goes to Windermere. Britt gets threatened by Marco and how she better sort herself out and figure out this thing. They're done waiting. Ava has a shocking encounter. She spies Valentine over at Windermere.
Oh, you said Valentine. I heard Valentino. I was like...
Over.
No, I recognize. Proceed.
Drew makes a promise. I think this was at the Q's where he might have vowed to never return the heirlooms. He quickly regrets that decision. And Carly is alarmed when Britt and Brennan show up at his hotel room, which she is in the process of searching for Valentine. Okay?
Yeah.
On Wednesday, this is now the 14th of January, Elizabeth and Jason compare notes. Elizabeth thought that Jason was mad at her because she backed Willow. He's not. Sunny wants answers from Alexis. Why did you throw Michael under the bus in your examination? Valentine has a close call when he runs into Ava, which we already said. But he played that off real smooth, though. He was so casual about it. Ava does not really fall for it, though. Let's be honest.
No.
Carly overhears useful intel when Britt and Brennan are arguing in his hotel room. And Brad issues a request. He wants Jason to stay away from Britt.
Yep.
On Thursday, Jason takes Britt out to the axe-throwing range. Clearly, he don't care what Brad have to say. Emma and Gio take a step forward in their relationship. And can I just say you? I don't know who wanted to see that, but I surely didn't. Brooklyn defends Chase to Tracy because Tracy accused Chase of basically being unfaithful to Brooklyn with Willow emotionally. Jocelyn and Carly catch up. This is while they're at the axe throwing range. Mm-hmm. And they're basically talking in circles. Carly's trying to convey how dismayed she is that Joss is in the WSB, and Joss is kind of trying to explain, well, maybe people have to keep secrets because blah blah blah. Yep. So I think they understand each other. They just don't want to put it on the table because you can't go back once it's out there.
Right.
Laura plays peacemaker between Tracy and Martin, and basically she does that by calling Tracy's bluff. Tracy folds.
Calls Tracy's bluff and basically says, Martin, enough of your BS because I'm not defending you anymore. Yep. I'm not keeping you from the consequences.
Next time you gonna deal with that.
Exactly.
On Friday, Willow awaits news of her fate, which we get at the very, very, very end of the episode. Nina issues a warning to Drew. They'll do things her way if Willow is found guilty. Alexis explains her actions to... Oh my goodness. I see her face. Yes, thank you, Diane. She been gone so long I forget her name, but I see her face. To Diane. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she explains her actions to Diane, which I think is a good thing. And we'll probably talk about this more. But I think it's a good thing because we know Diane is going to have to defend Michael. Mm-hmm. So now Diane's going in with extra knowledge. It'd be really interesting to see how Diane...
That is true. I forgot about that.
Yep.
I did forget she's going to have to defend Michael.
Well, that's my expectation. Unless, well, we'll talk about that some more.
Because technically in this situation, Marco's his lawyer, but it was only for the sense of...
Because Diane wasn't there.
Diane wasn't there.
Yep.
And I think she was defending someone else at the time.
I think she had already had her accident with her dog, and so she just couldn't work. No, and they rewrote it.
Maybe, but
yeah.
No, I think...
Or maybe she was...
no,
you're right.
There was something going on. She couldn't defend Michael because she was defending someone else for the shooting.
Possibly Alexis at that point.
No.
But anyway, not that it matters. I'll finish the recap.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I'll finish the recap anyway. Chase encourages Dante to continue the investigation into Michael, and Anna is stunned. She thinks she sees Obrecht in her prison over at Spoon Island. Now, this current week, which was kind of... Well, no, actually it was kind of interesting, except for Friday, which was kind of... I know, my sounds are very expressive. On Monday, the verdict in Willow's trial creates shockwaves. Shockwaves! I'm sorry, I gotta laugh because I just remember Nina. Oh! Sunny makes a cryptic offer to Justine. Anna is horrified when she hears Faison's voice. Which,
when
I'm
is
sorry.
She not?
I don't know that didn't... It sounded like Faison, but didn't sound like Faison to me. I know years have gone by. Yes. He got older, but that voice just... It didn't sound quite right, but hey, whatever.
Maybe they're using AI.
Yeah, maybe. Drew issues a warning to Nina. Whatever. That was basically... So...
I'll tell her...
Spoiler alert. In case you haven't watched this week, so stop listening now for maybe 5 minutes, and maybe you don't want to listen to the rest of the episode.
I'd be very surprised if y'all haven't watched it.
Right? Willow is found not guilty. Nina decides she wants to celebrate at Drew's, and Drew basically tells her to get out.
I'm just like, that entire sequence of events from the moment that she is found not guilty up until the point where Willow does the shadiness is like, this man, he's just so...
Hey, we're going to come to it. Let me finish the recap.
No, go ahead. I just...
All right. So he tells her to go home. Dante is conflicted over Michael's guilt, which is fair because Michael says he doesn't do it, but I mean, the evidence is there, right? Tuesday was preempted because the American president had something he wanted to say. Wednesday, Elizabeth and Lucas rushed to action because Drew has been taken to hospital. He had a massive stroke. Britt asked Jason on a date this time. Trina confides in Ava. Cullum, who's the head of the WSB, we learn.
In the European division.
Right.
Because we don't know who the head is. Or they're saying Jack is still the head, but he's just...
Well, he's the bureau chief, local bureau chief.
Right. But Valentine said something about him still being the head of the WSB, but he demoted himself. Sure.
I'm going to finish the recap anyway.
Okay.
I know it's long. Bear with me. So, anyway, Cullum issues new orders to Britt. Basically, she needs to figure it out. She got 3 months to get them what they want. Michael and Chase have a tense encounter. Fisticuffs were involved, which is always fun to watch. On Thursday, Laura is alarmed. She learns that the WSB is looking for Dalton and talking to Rocco about it. Tracy makes Jason an offer to be his alibi for whatever he did to Drew.
And this one, he can refuse.
Yep. I've lost my place. Nina advises Kai to keep his job with Drew because Kai was thinking about quitting, but then Drew collapsed.
I still think he should quit.
I still think he should quit too. Brennan briefs Jocelyn on what's going on, makes her a sleeper agent, but Jocelyn too hard ears. She's gonna find herself in trouble again. Watch. And Lucas delivers devastating news. The prognosis for Drew is not what they had hoped, but it's everything that Willow hoped for. And Friday, Britt is backed into a corner. She must move to Windermere. She must do it toot sweet because Cullum is now threatening Rocco's freedom. Jason is suspicious of Britt's behavior because Britt did something so stupid. It's just like, what? Emma turns to Nathan for help finding Anna, and that's only because she couldn't find Mac. Brooklyn and Chase discuss their future. He's ready to have a baby or adopt a baby. And Lucas and Marco are surprised, which I think isn't an accurate summary because I feel it's more that Lucas and Joss were surprised by Marco's insistence that they not go explore the catacombs.
Right.
That was very certainly Jocelyn clocked that.
Yeah.
So, any of the nitpicky nonsense that we want to talk about? We want to talk about Portia and her baby? Or her trying to get her job back?
No.
Okay, because that's the short version. Portia tried to get her job back.
Right. The only thing I care about is the paternity. Until that happens, I don't care.
Indeed.
There was something you mentioned though. Oh, it was about Britt, and it's just a very short thought because I'm like, okay, because Cullen made a statement being like about her medication and how like I hope you have someone else who can supply it for you, and I'm like, the man is telling you need to basically disappear for 3 months, and good luck with your medication, and I'm just like, lady, take Jason up on his offer. Give your medication, or at least a
sample.
Yeah, a sample to him, so he can get that thing analyzed and tested and whatever. So you have a backup, because they're not, because because that's exactly the thing. They're using your medication against you, and that's how they're gonna keep their hold on you. Is because they're like, oh well, we have their medication, and it's like, seriously, you're disappearing for 3 months, like leave the, like, I'm like, you can't really tell Jason, which is why she did what she did with involving Carly and everything.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that was ridiculous.
I'm like, yeah, you're moving out. That's where you leave like a like, you leave the box on a note or whatever. And he's like, here's like, I can't exactly tell you what's going on, but I'll take you up on your offer to get this analyzed so I can figure out how to get more of this, but also I'm like, or whatever, like that, but also a way to tell Jason is like, I didn't mean what I said, but I need you to stay away for the time being, yada yada yada, like whatever.
Well,
because now with what she's done involving Carly and stuff, Jason's now like, no, something's off, and I'm gonna figure it out, and that is like, you basically told him to stay away from you, but it's Jason. He knows something's off with you because you can't go on your axe throwing date and then 180 that, and he'd be like, okay, whatever.
I think that's exactly why she did what she did, because she knows Jason is smart. She knows Carly's smart enough, and because Carly clocked it right away. She was like, why are you trying to pick a fight with me? Like, I'm here minding my business. What is wrong with you? So Carly picked it up. Jason's gonna pick it up that much faster. And Jason, well, though there was a moment where Jason's like, what did you say to her? And the way he said it, it's like, kind of, if my best friend said that to me, I would like, you could just leave. We don't even need to have this conversation, but whatevs. So, yeah, of course Jason's going to know something's up, and he's going to go figure it out. So, I think she did it on purpose. I really do. Because, I mean, it's clear she wants out.
Right.
It's clear she wants out. And I was thinking, well, first of all, I just want to say for the record, I don't know if anybody else finds this, but this Column guy is giving me Mr. Smith vibes from The Matrix. Like, every time I see him, he just seems so robotic, and I just, how did you pick this guy? So, but, well, it is that typical. I went off on a tangent and forgot what I was actually going to say. I don't know. Anyway, Column can go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Cullum is pushing her so hard, and he says to her, we have another scientist who can do what you do, and it's, but we're not going to give you the meds.
Right.
I would have been like, okay, fine, do that, right? Because to your point, she still has some. I mean, unless he's going to come and take them up and walk out the door with them, she could get that synthesized. That's fine. But you push somebody too hard, and you know what they do? They take themselves out of the equation. She's already dying. There's nothing to stop her from doing that. Instead of suffering through it, just let's be done. She's a doctor. She knows how. And how unfortunate, because she just got her medical license back. She just got her position back at GH as an obstetrician. And now she's gone?
This is exactly what she's saying to them. It's like, I just got back. Me disappearing is going to raise flags. And
yeah, I don't see how that makes sense.
It's like, you don't want to draw suspicion to what you're doing, but by having her disappear, that's exactly what you're doing.
Doesn't make sense at all.
So it's like, so for me personally, I would have said, yeah, bring in your other guy. Mm-hmm. Because that'll make things easier. So it's like, you always have someone there working on it, and when you need me, I can pop over without causing suspicion, because it's like, what the... Absolutely. For someone who's, again, for people who are secret agents and stuff, they don't think these things through.
It doesn't seem so. It's like, I need it urgently. Okay, so we're going to break the person we need it from. It don't make sense. Don't make sense.
But also, if you're like, we have someone on standby who could do it, it's like, So why are you coming to me then? You clearly don't need me. If you're telling me you have someone on standby, just bring in the person on standby.
Right.
Because apparently it's like if you have the person on standby, you need him as a backup. But clearly you're not utilizing him if you got me. But if you're having so much trouble with me, bring him in.
Do us all a favor.
Right, but clearly you need me. So why are you threatening me?
Right? Okay, you have a little bit more... Like, our cards are even, really. Because I work with Faison. He's my father. I'm the person to best understand what his plans were. You have what I need to survive. Because equally, I could just decide not to take it. Painful. So that goes back to my point of just taking myself out of the equation.
Right.
Planning. And then you're back to your second guy and you still don't have it in the 3 months that you need.
Exactly.
Because if it were that good, you would have gone to him in the first place.
Exactly.
So, yeah, what I don't understand, though, I guess it's not to his advantage. I'm going to say, I don't understand why Sidwell didn't just tell Colin that he killed Dalton.
He did. He's fully aware that Dalton is dead.
Is he?
I would think so.
Because I was like, that might be a scene I missed. I don't remember Sidwell admitting to that at all.
Because it would be so stupid for him not to know. Be like, oh, he's missing a na. Like...
Oh, because it's to Sidwell's advantage. Sidwell might need that at some point. Because if the guy knows, he loses his leverage over Sonny and Laura somehow. Like, I don't see that he can still use it. Like, it doesn't give the WSB any advantage.
No, it doesn't.
That's strictly Sidwell's advantage.
Right, but...
So I don't think he told him.
Right, but I don't see how Sidwell telling the WSB that Dalton is dead... Because it's like, I don't see how that causes Sidwell to lose his advantage over Sonny and Laura. It's not like he's telling, every other person in Port Charles.
No, because the guy's already crooked, so
exactly.
He doesn't care what the other... I don't think he told him, though.
I think he's smart enough to put two and two together. Like, the man disappeared, and is like...
Yeah, maybe he just wants to have loose ends, but, yeah. But let's get to the crux of the thing, because I don't know that we had other stuff to talk about, and if we do, we'll cover it in our wrap-up at the end. Let's talk about the trial.
All right.
Holy moly. Okay.
There's definitely a few things that have gone on in this trial with side characters and main characters, and it's just like, what the...
Let's start with Drew's testimony. Because Drew, as you may recall when we left off, was adamant
he was
that he be put on the stand.
He was.
Alexis
and Alexis
said...
Yeah, I was going to say.
Go ahead.
She's like, I have rested my case. If you want to go up there and mess it up, go ahead, but I will have no part of it. Which essentially is her saying is like, I'll put you up there. I will ask you as very little questions as possible so you don't ruin my case. I will let Justine do that for me.
Right, which is what she did. So said, so done. So Drew's on the stand. Alexis asks him minimal questions and sits her behind down. Justine comes along
and pushes it.
Oh my goodness. Couldn't have loved Justine more. But before we get into the details of that, Justine is asking questions. Drew is answering in such a way that has Willow over there talking about, Alexis, you need to put a stop to this. And Alexis looks at her and she's like,
shut up.
I told you yesterday, don't ask me no questions. Mind your business. And Willow's just like, ah!
But I think, and
you can see the scream.
This really solidifies it for me though. Like, because obviously, people up in the world watching the show being like, oh, who could have shot Drew? First of all, y'all clearly blind because if
we knew from time it was Willow.
Yeah. And for those of you who are watching the show and then Willow's on the stand giving her testimony and we actually see her do it and y'all being like, what? It's like, how y'all didn't piece that together from time?
Don't know.
Baffles my mind. But for those of you who did think it was Willow from jump, I applaud you. Good job.
Well, we're just watching the show. I mean, it couldn't have been more obvious.
Understandable. But anyway, so
let's break down Drew's testimony, or you want to do something else first?
No, it's because there was actually a point to what I was saying. But it's like, yes, she shot Drew, and then hoping he doesn't make it, whatever. And then I don't know if she's been scheming from time since she found out he was gonna live. Like, okay, how do I? But seriously though, it's like, how do I?
Well, see, now that's the question I was gonna ask
like,
you afterwards.
How do I put him in a position in which I have control and I can do what I need to do to get my children back? Like,
that's what I was gonna ask you.
I'm wondering like how long she's been scheming that.
Let's come back to that.
But I'm wondering if, because as he's testifying and Justine's asking his questions, like specifically, like,
I'm gonna come to it. I'm gonna break it down. Because I got all of that.
Okay.
But I definitely want to talk about it. So, Drew already said he does not handle being on the stand well at all.
No.
Because he sounds paranoid.
Yes.
He sounds irrational.
Yes.
He talked about Michael came after him.
Yeah.
He talks about how Michael was doing insider trading.
Yeah.
And took over the company. He says, I did one thing. I took your wife and you did all of this and you tried to kill me. He says, Jason attacked me because Michael sent him. He says that Michael planted the receipt that was found in his safe with the $1 million transfer to Judge Herron.
Which is what I was going to say, because Will's reaction to that, which
Yes.
very clearly she didn't know.
Will had no idea.
No, she didn't. And I'm wondering if her hearing that, because already she's like, Judge Herron is dead, and I don't have my custody case. And then hearing that, it's like...
Yep. My girl lost her eyebrows in her hairline.
Exactly.
I mean...
So I'm wondering if that was also I'm sorry.
What now?
It's like, I already lost my children.
You paid for that to happen?
Right, and she has no clue whether he actually did or didn't.
Mm-mm.
But just hearing that receipt and knowing that was the case, and it was like before she even made her judgment, is like, oh no, you really done steal your fate now, boy.
Oh, for sure.
Like I'm wondering if that was the moment she's like, no. See, I might have had plans for you in other ways, but now hearing that, all bets are off. We juking you up.
This is what I'm saying.
If I'm acquitted, you're getting juked.
This is what I'm saying, right? So, he was so, I mean, really and truly, the man was irate. He lost his temper. He was practically foaming at the mouth. The judge looked over and was like, Mr. Kane, you need to calm down.
Sir.
There was a point where, so when Justine was asking him about the receipt, and maybe you want to talk about this because I know you have this as in one of the categories, and you want to hold it for later, where he was like, why would I do that?
Yeah, my girl's just up there like, I don't know. Why, sir, why would you? Like, just like...
You would have to explain that. I know, in your head.
Right?
And the thing I don't understand about the receipt, because Justine presented the receipt, he didn't even play like he was reading it.
No.
He didn't look at it or anything like that. Because she asked him, what's the date on the receipt? Oh, it's the exact same day that Willow lost her kids, which is why Willow was like, what the woody woo? But he answered so fast. Like, she's like,
yeah, can you read the date on the top of the paper? And he just like slide it right back.
And I'm thinking, okay, so yes, obviously he can answer that question because he can read it. She's given him the paper. He can read it. And she says something like, why would you pay off the judge? And whatever question she asked, I'm like, why did you answer the question? Why didn't you just sit there and be quiet? Because, it's like, well, Michael did it and planted it on me. Why don't you just say, it's not my receipt. I don't know how it got there.
Right.
I think that's what she said. Why would the receipt be in your safe? The correct answer in my mind is, I don't know. It's not mine. But he went off on this tangent again. And then he starts hollering. This was brilliant. He's like, I'm Alan's son. You didn't deserve anything you got. You're just the golden boy, and you sit there, everything's handed to you. I'm a decorated Navy SEAL. I'm a patriot. And I'm waiting.
And he even said, it's like, you don't even want the quartermain name.
Right?
And it's like,
and I'm thinking,
it's not like he doesn't want it.
Well, he didn't at one point. At one point, he renounced it. He
renounced
renounced it and went back to Corinthos.
Well, I know there's a whole, like, he was Corinthos, and then he was against Sunny, so he went to Quartermain, and then he made up, and he went back, and it's like... It's a whole thing.
One got money.
It's a whole thing, but it's like, just because he doesn't have your last name, doesn't mean he's not a Quartermain.
Oh, absolutely. But here's the thing. When he was doing that whole rant, the way he was going on, I was seriously waiting for him to say something like, I'm a privileged white man, damn it! Because that's how he was getting on.
No, I was waiting for him also to say something else that would incriminate himself. Not in this specific situation, but in others.
Like with the blackmail and all of that.
Yeah.
For sure. What I was disappointed in,
just being like, and if Fortune had listened to me and mess with your test results, and it's like, and I'm just like this. But also, it's like, again, the jurors is like, this is if you voted for him, this is the man you voted for.
Oh, 100%.
And to me, I'm equating this to like the way Drew is acting and just behaving, and all the shady stuff he's doing. to me, I'm equating it with right now. It's like what's going on in the States. It's like,
oh, let's not go there, but go on.
But it's like,
if you must.
Very briefly, it's like, yes, the man was talking about all the stuff he's gonna do for you and all the stuff he's gonna do, and you're like, yeah, let's do it. So you vote for him, and then you
discover he's unhinged.
He's unhinged. He's doing what he said he was gonna do, but it's affecting you in a negative way, and you're like, this is what you voted for. I don't know why you're surprised. But kind of in Drew's case, it's like you voted for him for the good things, but now he's just doing shadiness, and it's not what you voted for.
That was a flip that I still don't understand. They still need to explain why he flipped the way that he flipped.
No, for real.
Because I need to know, and maybe that's part of what's happening with the Faison study, whatever.
Maybe.
There was something in that caused his brain to short circuit, because this is not the Drew that we knew. Nope. I mean, okay, I'm going to stop short there.
But also, one of the things that killed me was, as you had mentioned earlier, he's shouting, and it's like, I take your wife, and then you, it's like, the one
and
thing
this is what you do.
Exactly.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
And previously, Alexis had asked him, or, you know, it was like, did you pursue her?
Yeah.
Like, it just happened. It
just happened, but then he went on to say, I took your wife. Yeah, thank you. We know.
He's like, okay, so basically, so which is it? Did you not pursue her? It was an accident, or did you pursue her and you took her? Like,
right?
You can't have your cake and eat it too. It's one or the other.
He wasn't on trial though.
No, he was not.
But I believe he was on trial in the court of public opinion, because there was an article about it, right? Didn't Lulu write something about his meltdown on the stand?
I don't know.
I can't remember. But in any case, just the one thing that I was very sad about, and GH does not do this well, but Beyond the Gates does fantastically well, is while all this was happening, I would have liked to see the expression on the juror's face.
For real.
The judge's face.
Yeah. Well, the judge we could see, especially based off where he was.
Sort of. We didn't really see. But we saw Nina. We saw Alexis just like
Kai and Trina were like,
yeah, Kai and Trina were shocked. Christina looked absolutely mortified and embarrassed.
Michael's just sitting there like,
oh,
keep it coming.
Michael was trying not to laugh.
He's trying not to laugh. He's just like, keep it coming, Drew.
For real.
It's like, I can't write this. This is comedy. Keep it coming.
Right? Michael was like, he was half cackling. I was like, boy, I thought I had a bad day yesterday, but this? Woo!
Right. And
this saved my behind. Right. Thank you.
And I've been saying this from time, but I'm sitting here waiting for, Maximus Meridius to come out and be like,
are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Maximus Meridius is just like, you're not entertained.
Fantastic.
It's like, I'm very entertained, Maximus. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Christina is just like, what is happening with this man? Oh my gosh.
And I bet she's like, I'm thankful I'm not related to him.
Oh, for real. For real.
It's like Sam it's like, poor, it's like, and she probably sitting there like, we really gotta get Scout away from this man.
But see, now that's exactly what I was gonna say, because I wrote that down. The judge is gonna take Scout away from Drew after that performance. He just gonna issue a bench writ or whatever, and talk about save the child.
I hope they videotape that, because
How do you mean?
Either you need audio or video, and preferably video. Preferably video, so you can show the judge, so Alexis can actually, fight, what's the word?
Sue for custody. Petition for custody.
Yes, thank you. Petition for custody. And be like, and just like, I am a good father. I care about my daughter. Really, because I don't think a good father would lose his absolute mind up in court like that.
And be so immature.
Right? It's like, Miss Davis.
You don't even want it.
It's like, Miss Davis, what do you mean? Exhibit A, Your Honor. It's like, what kind of grown man, a congressman at that, behaves like that on a stand?
Having a tantrum
in defense of, like, I get he's defending his wife, but no man would defend his wife. No man who loves his wife, is passionate about his wife, and is trying to protect her, would defend her like that.
No, exactly, which I think was part of Willow's, like, horror. She's just like, huh.
It's like, this man cares about me way too much in a way that I don't want him to care about.
I was like, Sidwell's gonna cut him loose, because that's ridiculous. Sidwell was already borderline, and that was like, tip!
Right? And I find it so interesting, because there are times where I'm on social media, and I have, like, stuff about, like, books and whatever, and they're like, I want a man who will protect me like this. I want a man who will love me like this. And it's like, I don't want a man who will love me like Drew.
Not
I
at all.
don't.
Not at all.
This is an example of a man who I don't want in
Exactly.
my life. Don't.
Exactly right. For so many reasons. So moving along. So because of Drew's behavior,
Yes.
Willow now had to testify, which Alexis was completely against. But if she had rested after Drew spoke, Willow was going to jail.
Right.
So Willow had to speak for herself, and she did brilliantly well. I didn't like the fact that she pointed at Michael, but she was super calm.
Right.
And
And it's very clear also that once Justine rested, said no further questions, like Drew sat there and was like, oh sugar honey.
Right? And then
he got off the stand and he's like,
yeah, exactly. So then Willow goes and testifies, they rest, the judge calls a recess for the day, and suddenly, I don't know what happened. I'm telling you, Drew's brain ain't functioning good, because now he's like, I did good, didn't I? Because of me, well, you had to testify, I saved the day, I'm a hero once again.
So it's like, oh, so you did all of that on purpose? Because that seems totally natural to me.
Oh my goodness.
It didn't seem like you were acting whatsoever.
Holy moly. I mean, and Willow even had a small look on her face like, you must be out of your mind.
She did. But then she totally went into it when they were at the Port Charles Grill, and it's like, because he even said,
woo, talk about a gaslight.
Right, because he's like, I'm so sorry, like, my testimony was a little much, and she's like, no.
Because of exactly what I needed.
Because of your testimony, I was able to testify like I wanted.
Oh, she had manipulation on full effect.
And they don't teach you manipulation 101 in a cult. I don't know what they teach you.
My goodness. And then that's the part that made me laugh, because by virtue of what she was saying, I think that's what gassed him up to go and talk to Jason and Carly, who were minding their business.
For real.
There was like no reason to go over there. Mm-hmm. And now the one part that I did believe truly in everything Willow said to him at the table was, no, don't go over there. Oh. He's like, no, I'm going to go. And then we both said, why is he going over there with a drink in his hand? Like, what, you're trying to make it look like it's casual conversation? Like, and then just starts in on them for no reason. And all his vindictive BS. It's not like he started calm and casual and they flipped it. He started it.
No, but the thing that kills me too about that scene is Jason and Carly minding their business, eating the food. And then
you called this out.
I called this out so hard because I'm like, wait, that doesn't look right. But eating their food, minding their business. Drew walks over. Carly puts down her utensils. But then you have Jason. He kind of sits forward a little bit, but his hands are like kind of hand over knuckle.
Yeah.
And I was like, something's not right about how he's holding his hands. And I realized he's holding his steak knife in his hand, like, and he's holding it the way one would when they're kind of like gonna do like a side jump,
a back fist with a knife.
Exactly. And I'm watching this, and I just not shout, but I say very loud, I'm like, the man's got a knife. And Mom's like, what? I'm like, the man is holding the knife. And she's like, what? And so I back it up. I'm like, look at the man's hands. And she's like, oh. I'm like, this man is gonna jump this man in the groin. Like
listen.
Like, oh. And then he put it down.
And I think what was further confusing, or maybe why you were baffled, is because yes, he had it, but the way he was holding it also, the blade was up against his arm, so you couldn't see it. Which is, I know we're taught that in martial arts. Is, because you're not holding it to stab.
No.
It's coming from the back fist.
Right, because I've heard there's a right way to hold a knife and a wrong way, and the right way is to hold it with the blade out, not the blade up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, because you can swing and do more movements compared to like your...
Yep, slashing.
Exactly. Yep. So I'm just like, so they're like, yeah, if you're in a knife fight, there's a right way and a wrong way. If he's holding it the wrong way...
Don't learn it from us. We ain't learning to teach you that.
No. But it's like, if he's holding it the wrong way, you have a chance. The right way, good luck. And I'm like, Jason was holding it the right way.
But anyway,
and this Navy still can't fight, so he's not gonna win in a knife fight.
And he's hobbled, right? So
he's gonna use that cane.
He's too close. He's too close range. He's got to do a cat step back,
and he can't because he can barely hold his weight.
This is it. So yeah, he's really at a disadvantage. Now Willow had good sense. She stayed at the back of the restaurant and she's just watching this play out because she's like, "Who said that fool over there?" And we can see it in her face too every time they pan back, and she's just like, "Huh." And then Carly gets up in his face, and they exchange words, and she throws a drink on him. And Willow's just like well, good for your tail.
Right? She's like, she's in shock. She smiles, and then she has to like, hold on, I gotta compose.
Right? But we're getting these little glimpses into how she's thinking.
Exactly,
which,
and I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
And as you've been saying, it's like I like what they're doing with Willow's character because
I do too.
Because
I do, and I think it's a shame at the same time. But go ahead.
No, that's understandable. But I was gonna kind of switch gears because we were talking about the cane, and it made me think of Yuri and how he's gonna beat Drew with the cane.
Yo. Okay. Do you want to talk? No, actually, no. We don't want to talk about it. We're gonna come to that because that's in our categories.
Okay.
But this was the thing: is I like what they're doing with Willow because she was a little bit simpering,
right?
At first,
and we kind of saw that a little. We didn't really watch it, but this past Wednesday was a rerun.
Mm-hmm. Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday?
Oh, it was a rerun for us on Wednesday. We had a reverse of what the States had.
Okay, yeah. So Wednesday was a rerun for us. Tuesday for y'all in the States. And it was basically when Nina was fighting Michael and Willow for custody or visitation custody of Wiley. Yeah. And yeah, I'm just like, I looked at Willow. I'm just like, wow, you do just look like a timid woman.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't even remember because the date on the episode was like, oh, original air date was
22.
It was like Tuesday.
Yeah, it was. Actually, I could tell you, it was Tuesday, May 24th, 2022.
Okay, because they had put the day before's date, so they put January 20th of 2026. So I was like, why are they airing yesterday's episode? We just saw it. So when they put a rerun and it was that episode, I was like, I was confused and I went to go check and it was still the same date they had put. So I couldn't tell you what date it was until now. But it was I'm just like, wow, this woman, she does look timid.
Right. But the thing of it is, even back then, we did see glimpses of Willow's backbone because when Nina was originally with Valentine and Charlotte was in school, Nina was up in the school giving Willow the gears before they knew they were mother and daughter, and Willow was just like, listen, you need to back up. And Willow really stood her ground with Nina back then, which was impressive. So to see this, more of the strength, even though it's a little bit of a deranged strength.
Yeah. But
I'm going to use deranged very loosely because as a mother, I would do anything to protect my children.
No, understandable. I believe that. But I will say this though, if the side that we're getting from Willow, it's kind of like, it makes me think, I'm like, maybe there is just a little bit of woohoo.
Well, this is it. That's where I was going.
Nina's side of the family because I'm like,
that's where I was going. If you'd let me finish my thought.
Nell, and now
exactly.
Because we were talking about
and Madeline.
I didn't know about Madeline being a little woo-woo.
Well, yes, you did, because Madeline is the one that put Nina in a coma and then sold off the babies.
Oh, yes, I did know that. But I thought that was because of who the baby's father was.
Whatever the reason.
Do you even know who the baby's father is?
Silas.
For both the twins?
Do you want to think about that question?
No, fair enough. But I mean, Silas was the father of...
I think it was Silas.
That's why I'm confused, because I'm like, I know Silas was
Kiki's mother.
No, that was Franco.
Father.
That was Franco.
No, Franco was not. No.
Franco wasn't?
No.
Oh, I thought Franco was.
That's what they said, but he actually wasn't.
Okay, yeah, so Silas was Kiki's dad.
But I'm pretty sure that's what the problem was, is that Silas was also... I'll have to research it, but I think Silas was also the father of the children, or...
Because I feel like it was someone else.
No, because Ava and Ting had this rivalry. But
right,
I'll go back and research.
Again, I thought the rivalry was, because, Avery.
No, that was the follow-up. That was part 2.
Oh.
But they were sharing a man back in New York before Nina went into the coma, which is why I'm pretty sure that Silas is their father. But or if not Silas, then actually Finn or whatever. But
which is interesting.
Anyway,
because I'm like, wow, that's...
I'll go back and research. But that actor, I'm pretty sure that actor, Michael Easton, is the father of those twins.
Interesting.
But
so basically Kiki, Nell, and Willow were half siblings.
I think so.
If that's the case, they were half siblings.
Who? Kiki
to
and
Nell
the twins.
Kiki to the twins were half siblings.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm like, interesting.
I think so.
Again, families and their half sibling relationships.
Okay, so I'll research that. I will research that.
All right.
But, yeah. So then if we fast forward to this week now. So Willow gets acquitted. There's supposed to be a party at the house.
Right.
Drew kiboshes that completely.
I just find it hilarious because my mom was like, yes, we did it. I promise. Yada, da, da, da. And Nina's like, so how about we celebrate? Yes, we should celebrate. Chase, why don't you come celebrate? And Drew's just like,
oh.
He pouting like a child. This man.
He really
the
was.
man, anytime people is like, and Willow's like, you know what? But there's one person who, like, you know, really did. They
went
they
above
did
and beyond.
And Drew's there like
bigging up his chest.
It's like, Alexis, thank you. And my man, the smile dropped and he pouting.
I mean, hey,
Sir, the only thing you did in this entire thing was hire Alexis or manipulate. Sorry, let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
Manipulate Alexis to be your wife's lawyer and almost sandbag your wife. Those are the only two things you did. You do not deserve any praise, sir.
No, absolutely not. But I was concerned because I'm like, this man is isolating this woman, and we have seen that in real world where then the woman ends up in some kind of abusive relationship, which really...
Yeah, because you were saying the next thing you're waiting for is for him to hit her.
Is for him to hit her because she's now isolated, cutting off her family, cutting off her friends. She can't do nothing. He's controlling everything she do, where she go, who she see. I was not liking it. Now, did Willow see these signs?
Probably.
Given what she did?
And given where she grew up, I hope so.
I think she did. Because, okay, cool. And it certainly worked. It worked to her advantage because now it's just the two of them. He was trying to get rid of Nina. She took advantage of the opportunity to send Scout over by her grandmother so she could execute her plan.
Right. It's like, we're not messing this up again.
No.
We're not having any witnesses.
What?
Not that she knew there were witnesses last time.
Exactly. I was going to say.
But she's like, we're not.
And it's like, here's the champagne, and she's not sitting on the couch. She's sitting up on the arm of the chair, and she was barefoot, which I clocked. I'm like, but these people just never be barefoot in their house. But okay. And then when she got up, she sauntered off. I was like, where is she going? Because the way she was moving,
I'm like, and the way she was
moving,
the way the camera had just fully
zoomed in on
Drew and stayed there. I'm like, this man's about to get his throat cut.
That's what you thought.
I'm like, you got a knife hidden in the plant. I'm like, this man is about to get his throat cut.
When she came up behind him, I was more thinking of the self-defense.
I was literally like,
we were tensing
up.
The
couch. I was like, this man is gonna get his throat cut. Oh my god, this is about to get real graphic on daytime television up here.
See, well, that was the thing. I knew it wasn't because it was daytime television. I thought she was gonna use one of her self-defense moves and choke him out. That's what I thought.
I would. You know what would have been funny if they grot.
Yeah, but that leaves evidence. He would have had a mark on his throat, so she couldn't do that. So that's why I thought she was going to choke him out. I first thought she was going to snap his neck, but again, that can't just happen.
No.
So I thought she was going to choke him, but I thought she was going to choke him with her whole arm because that doesn't leave marks on the. Let me not talk. But anyway, right? But then my girl come up and we saw the look on her face. She's like, ooh, baby, whatever, slipping up behind him, slipping her arm. And he's loosening up his tie and he's feeling like the man.
My man loosened up his tie. I'm like, you gonna get your knife, your throat slit.
He's feeling like the man. He's feeling like a patriot. He's feeling like a Navy SEAL.
He's like, we're on vacation, rent up a cabin. I'm like, you want to rent up a cabin with your would-be attempted murderer?
He don't know.
But I'm like, you want to rent up a cabin?
Listen,
in the
my
woods
man
where
was
she can't hide your body?
He was puffing up like a peacock. And then, good for your tail. Good for your tail.
And he's like,
what do we say in Barbados? What's sweet for a goat's mouth will burn its tail. Catch fire, sir. And he's like, Willow.
And I bet
why?
As he's passing out, he's like, you done shot me.
Right? You really did. I'm like, good.
Because I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it because, as you said, based off the fact that like now Drew has had a stroke and whatever, and
is locked in is what we learned. He's not gonna regain.
I don't know. Well, they said his physical and speech therapy is going to be extensive.
Yeah,
he might not return to the weight, so I don't think he will be locked in. But I don't think he'll be able to communicate.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean by locked in. It's going to be a long time before he can tell anybody what done happened.
But I'm wondering if because also it's a question of like, will his memories will it still be like a little jumbled, kind of like his shooting?
We'll never know because he can't talk.
No, fair enough. Or we'll see it because he'll get flashbacks.
Sure.
But my question is, if he does remember, will Willow walk in the room and his heart rate spike? Will he be like?
I'm looking forward to it.
Will it be like?
I'm
like
looking forward to it.
blink, 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 blink.
I'm looking forward to it because again, it's been no secret. Don't like Drew.
No.
Don't like Cameron Matheson.
No.
Can't explain why.
But at least, given his situation, as you have said, we will see less of him.
We will see less of him. And people were wondering, I'll just talk about this real quick right now. People were wondering if he was leaving the show. No, he's not. He's off doing a promo tour for a different show that he's on. So he'll be back.
Just not now.
Right.
Right. So.
And then Willow's reaction. Like,
right,
girl, please.
Right, she cried, and Kai is up there like.
Yeah.
Kai is sus. He's like,
oh,
I don't know.
100%.
He's like, I don't know. Because, like, I didn't know until this moment that you can induce someone to have a stroke. So he might actually be like, the man might have had an actual stroke. Or Willow dubbed in something again.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think Kai's going to clock it because that is just too flippin' convenient. Too convenient. Because
I think Alexis thinks the same thing because she's like, he had a stroke.
She may not yet. Maybe she'll talk to Kai again. But either way, I think Kai and Trina are gonna go to the police, and they're gonna mention the evidence that they have.
Right, because
and I think they're
Michael's
gonna look
get
at
arrested.
or through Michael's arrest. Because the thing is, as we know, Willow cannot be tried again for shooting Drew.
No.
But if they figure out that she injected him, she can be tried for that. Obviously, because it's a different assault.
Exactly. And the thing that really had me sad was that because Willow, she's now like, yeah, we're not getting caught this time for this crime. She disposed of the needle
at the hospital. Right? Yeah.
And I was hoping Kai would see kind of like, or walk by and catch that, like she got rid of something, and be like. And he kind of like, she walks away, and maybe the next scene, you know, he kind of walks around the corner and he's like, there's no garbage bin, but. So it's like, what the hell did she just get rid of?
It might happen. It could happen because that was near the end of the episode, and we didn't see her again after that.
We didn't see her again. We didn't see Kai. Kai didn't see her get rid of anything.
We don't know.
No.
We don't know because we did see a lot of things in flashback that we didn't know before.
Right.
So, you know, most of it we knew, but we didn't know all the whys and the wherefores and what have yous, right? So, I still think that's possible. Anything else you want to talk about with respect to that? Oh, the other thing, yes, one last thing is we said that Willow sent Scout over to Alexis, and Alexis had asked, what about Danny? And Willow said, let's wait and see what the prognosis is first, because I think she wanted to make sure that she had been successful before she let that open up. Because I agree with Alexis. Her heart is good. She's on their side. She doesn't think that Danny's a threat to Scout. Right. I think she's going to let that happen. And it also works to her advantage because the more she's with her family, the more she can take care and handle her business, get her own family back.
Right.
And really, I don't think that Willow is a threat to anybody but Drew. Despite what she did to Daisy, I think she did that to Daisy because she was so heartbroken about her own children. I don't think she was, because she didn't hurt the child.
She didn't.
She just played mind games.
Right, which I think is still... In
my
opinion, but in my opinion, I think it's still cruel to, like, I know you're mainly doing it to Michael, but to do that to Sasha, who you were, good friends with, and that she kind of had, her own mental problems, and to mess with her baby like that, I think was definitely cruel.
Well, I think she was a little bit angry with her as well.
But it's
because you slept with my man and had a child,
right?
Although it wasn't your man anymore, you threw him away,
right? And also. Granted, I get Willow also believes that, they slept together before she and Drew slept together, which
I really wish they would sort out that timeline.
I know, I really need them to fix that. But it's like, still, it's like, again, yes, I know you didn't do anything to harm the baby. The baby's innocent. Daisy did not ask for any
right,
of this
she was not in any kind of danger.
But that's even still, it's just like, as I've always said, left Pickney alone!
Yes, I agree.
Don't mess with the children, especially the babies.
Agreed.
The babies are the very, touchy subject.
It is. But I think everybody would agree Daisy was never in any real danger from Willow. I do not believe that. No. If she don't get she Pitney back.
Like mother, like daughter.
And it was very interesting because also the last thing before Willow got her verdict, she and Michael were having a conversation. He was like, listen, the kids miss you. They need to see you. We'll bring them to the prison. And she was like, and what if I'm not convicted?
And we never saw the answer to that.
Well, there was no answer. He did not answer. And Michael's been thinking that over.
As far as we know, he didn't answer. Because, they're off the court.
Yes, she got the call and they went to court. I don't even think she would have waited for the answer.
I think involving her children, she would have waited for the answer.
Well, all right. I guess we'll find out.
Because I'm like, it's like 5 minutes to answer my question, and then however long it's going to take me to get to the courthouse. I want an answer. If I'm not acquitted, if I get acquitted, what is the deal with our children?
Well, certainly she has a better shot. I'm going to be very, very interested to see what Michael says now, because his whole platform, his whole stance the entire time, Drew cannot be involved. Okay, Drew's not involved. What you saying now? I know he thinks she's unhinged. You know, supervised visitation. Like, where are we going here? That's what I want to know.
And hopefully that is soon, because they did say January. January is now coming to an end. Yeah. So they gotta.
Oh, absolutely. And I also think that Willow is going to make right a lot of the things that Drew did. So I think Tracy's getting her heirlooms back.
Oh, for sure.
Right? So I think Danny's going to be able to see Scout. I think all of that's going to get corrected. On verra. We will see. Okay. So now let's talk about... you had talked about this before. Are you not entertained? Do you want to add anything else?
Shuck.
Don't say it like that. Say it properly. What do you mean by that?
So, Martin goes over to Drew's place being like, so Tracy's demanding her things back, and if you don't do it, there'll be an audit of your finances and house and all that. And Drew's like, okay, we'll deal with this. Sweet. So they go over to Quartermain's. While they're on their way to the Quartermain's, Tracy decides to have like a drinking hour with the family because that stopped.
Cocktail hour, yeah.
Yeah. And during said cocktail hour with Olivia, Ned, Chase, and Brooklyn, truth comes out from Ned that Drew was there when Ned had his heart attack and basically left him there to die. Mm-hmm. And that sent the family into an uproar, especially Olivia, Brooklyn, and Tracy, for good reason. I was like, this is your son, father, and husband. Mm-hmm. And then Drew they hear a bunch of ruckus at the front door. There's Yuri about to bust up Drew. And then Yuri takes the cane, ready to bust him upside the head with a cane.
I like that. Thank you for the weapon.
I know that. Anyway, they dismiss Yuri. And they're talking about the heirlooms and whatnot. And at some point, Olivia, who was there, is gone. And you're like, what the... And finally... Oh, and also Tracy clues in that Martin was the one who tipped off Alexis. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Brooklyn is...
Yeah! Sorry, just a small parenthèse. So she's like, it was you, not Chase. Chase's like, excuse me? But Tracy and Chase never had that out after. No. Okay, go on.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
Anyway, yeah, so they push that aside, and Brooklyn's like, okay, we will deal with that in a second. You, sir, how dare you leave my father to die while he's having a heart attack? And Martin's like, I swear to God, I didn't know anything about this. And Drew's like, I thought he was faking it, and na.
But there's a little bit of irony there, because Martin was like, could you sink any lower? And it's like, Martin, stop. Check yourself, right?
Anyway... So, they're going off about that, and Drew says whatever he says.
Over my dead body.
Yes, over my dead body, and then you just hear... and everyone stops, and Olivia's like... Is it? And everyone looks to the stairs, and there's Olivia with her shotgun pointing right at Drew. And Chase...
Halliwell or something, or Halliday.
Yeah, Halliday.
Rifle.
And Chase just like, I'm gonna move out the way.
And Tracy moves out the way.
And everyone's just like backing up. And Olivia in her nice blue dress.
Olivia
nice
was pressed and dressed, man.
My girl is walking steady down them stairs. Eyes glued onto Drew. And she's ready, gun high.
She's sighted.
And he's like...
What do you think you're doing?
You left my husband to die like a dog.
And my girl's Brooklyn Bensonhurst accent was in
Oh
full effect.
my God. I
Plus 10.
I will say this, though.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
And basically she's slinging it out. And she's like...
You and the bootlicking barrister?
And I'm like, this one... And he's like, you're not gonna shoot. And she's like, you wanna bet?
Martin's like...
I'm out of here.
And Martin skits out the door.
Hairpins in the air as he exits stage left.
Martin skitches out the door. I'm like, take the shot, Olivia. Just like, don't actually hit him. Like, just be off center a little bit, but take the shot.
Catch us here. Shoot him in the air.
Right? Like, scare the crap out of this man. Be like, I will shoot you and I will not miss.
And
like,
then she loads the barrel, man. She loads those into the chamber.
Right? She's just like...
So, I'm an excellent shot, Drew. What's it gonna be? Huh? Should I finish the job someone started a couple of months ago?
She's taking off the safety.
Sorry, right? It's like, I will finish what someone started. Like, you want 2 more rounds? Because I'm a good shot, Drew. You really want to test me? And he's like, no. And so he leaves. And everyone's like, Olivia. And he's like,
relax. This thing ain't loaded.
That was bluffing.
That was fantastic.
I'm like, now Alexis, that's a bluff. Mm-hmm. That's a bluff, Alexis.
No, but Alexis's bluff was pretty hardcore.
It was good too.
Like yeah, Tracy had to be in a panic because I'm like, how'd you fall for that? Make her show you what she got.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and when it comes to a court of law, if they're holding a file and they don't show you what's in the file, if they don't submit it as evidence, likelihood's a bluff.
All right.
But yeah, that was beautiful. And then as a thank you for getting Drew out the house and for, you know, bigging up and taking the gun from the gun safe, Tracy was like, that's yours now.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, thank you, Tracy.
Welcome to the family. Like, Olivia is fully a quartermain now.
Olivia's like, yeah, I like this one. This one I got my eye on. She's like, it's yours now. She's like, thank you, ma'am. Pleasure doing business.
Right. All right. Kessa Keke over the weeks. While you're looking up yours, Charlotte visiting Valentine over at Carly's. That was a mistake on so many levels. Like, just Carly bringing her over there in the first place, you know. But Carly, the benevolence of her heart, whatever. It's like, these are 2 people hurting. I can do something about it. So I don't really fault her for that. But I had to know Charlotte was going to lose her mind and head back over there.
Yeah.
And then she's like, you know, Valentine, as happy as he was, is like, no, don't come back here ever. And you see the girl's heart break in her eyes. And it's like, because you're going to put me in danger. You might not be in danger, but people are going to follow you and find me. No, we're not having that.
No.
But she does have the good sense to tell him about Sidwell's threat, which is what sent him over to Windermere. So, you know, okay for a plot point. Indeed.
Mike Isuka will fall into this week, actually. It involves Chase, and it's a 2-parter. One, for seeking out Michael and being like, God, let's bygones be bygones. And it's like, no, you idiot.
I don't see how it could possibly be.
I don't know why you thought that would.
No, that was very delusional.
No, and honestly, and to this day, I still stand by it. I cannot wait until Chase finds out that Willow is guilty and that she did shoot Drew, because then he's gonna be like, she played me for a damn fool. And
that'll be twice. You got fooled by both sisters. Nell killed somebody, and you didn't believe it, and now Willow killed somebody, or very near, and you didn't believe it.
No. The second half of that is Chase being so incensed about his demotion. Because I'm like, what'd you expect was going to happen?
I don't know why that makes me laugh so hard.
But honestly, it's like, you did your own side investigation. Granted, yes, you did not use police resources, say, for the evidence that you already had. You did not break any laws and any of that. But you did undermine their case.
Yep.
And by doing so, you know, they lost a possible conviction, regardless of your feelings. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can feel that they're innocent, but, you know, your job was to look at the evidence, and you unfortunately did not do that, like, on police time, as you should have done. Mm-hmm. No, you decided to investigate yourself. So, yeah, and then on top of that, evidence went missing, and you were looked into for that, and they did not find you guilty, because we know you didn't do it, but it's like, you had to know that, you know, your actions would result in certain results, and those things would lead to consequences. The consequences are you lose your detective's badge and you get demoted. Be glad you're not fired.
I think he thought his suspension would have been extended. That's what I think he thought.
Oh, for sure. But it's like, how is that a consequence? You come back to do your job and everything like that. It's like, no.
Exactly. You think twice next time,
exactly.
Right? Yep.
It's like because we know how much you love your job, we're gonna take away that part of your job. You can still be a cop. You just can't do the cop things that you want to do.
Yeah. And the other thing that I liked,
So you're so
or
the
I
fact that
found
you're
interesting.
incensed. So for me, the fact that he's incensed and he's mad at Dante is like, if Anna were here, she'd probably agree to the same thing.
Which he acknowledged at some point, right? Because
Probably,
like
yeah.
Anna did warn
But
me.
he only did that with Brooklyn.
With Brooklyn, yeah, which is fine. And Brooklyn is so good for him, helps him come to some realizations. But the other thing I liked that he said, and I wasn't sure he still felt that way. He's like, Dante is my best friend. So even as you're mad, even as you're doing your craziness, you recognize that he still has your back and he's doing what he needs to do.
Right.
I thought that was kind of cool.
But yeah, so Jace gets my Delulu for that.
All right, make it sassy.
Ooh, I have many of those.
All right.
So I've already called out Justine for her
Yes.
sass during the trial. Another
She's
moment of
fantastic.
sass was Ned. He called out his cousin. Oh my goodness. So he called out AJ because again, Tracy wanted to do a nice cocktail hour and where the family sits and just talks about the day and whatnot. And Ned says something along the fact of, and this is how AJ
Became an
became an alcoholic, and we're just like, speaking of the dead, why don't you?
For me, it's a little bit more than sassy. For me, it was crispy. Was Isaiah and Curtis were having an argument about the paternity test because Curtis wanted it as soon as possible. And Isaiah telling Curtis, if you took better care of Portia, she wouldn't have turned to me for comfort. Not just like, sir, check yourself. Wow.
Yep. Another one I have is from Ava when she's sitting with Trina and, Drew's been incapacitated. And she's like, heaven won't take him and hell is full.
Yo, that was a line. Oh my gosh.
I mean, yeah. Because heaven definitely don't want him.
Nope.
And hell, they take him. Well, maybe they would. But
We have a backlog. Here's a pager. We'll call you when it's your turn to be served.
yeah, up to purgatory with you.
Oh my goodness. All right. Villain of the week.
Drew and Cullum. I'll give it to Cullum.
Yeah, I think I would have to give it to Cullum as well. I don't, because Drew's got his regular villainy. Drew was very Delulu for me. Just the, look what I did. Pardon? Right? Sidwell a little bit. Actually,
We haven't really seen Sidwell much this week. Or
No. But you know what?
Weeks.
I think if I'm going to give a real villain, I'm going to give it to Marco. I'm going to give it to Marco for that whole scene when he was threatening Britt. Like, he comes across as so nicey. And for me, he is coming across as how Valentine was presented before Valentine was on the canvas. Because when Helena was there, she used to talk about how Valentine was the scariest of the Cassadines, the most lethal. Up to now, I ain't seen it.
Yeah.
But Marco come across like an angel, and then he just flips. And it's just like, what in the world?
And again, when he was first introduced on the scene back in Miami, I was like,
We thought he was the trigger guy for
right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, you picked a good person to be like, he looked like a bad guy. He's not a bad guy.
But wait a minute.
He
is a bad guy.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm not clear on how deep he is in Sidwell's organization, and I don't like that lack of clarity.
No.
But I'm just going to have to go with
fairness,
he's deeper than we think he is.
Right, and in fairness, it's like, he definitely that, but also I think for some reason, I feel like his mom definitely kept, like, not necessarily a leash, but like a restraint that he didn't know she had. Because it's like, she's always like, don't get too involved with your father and whatnot. And it wasn't until she died that snapped.
And
like
maybe that's why.
So that's why
because
I say,
she died?
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I think, like, he didn't know it, but she still had that hold to protect him and wouldn't let him get too deep. And the second Natalia died, it's like, that was gone. He's like, I want my revenge, and because I want my revenge, that just dug him deep.
Which is interesting because they didn't seem to have a closer relationship. Like, he seemed to keep pushing her away because she couldn't accept his sexuality.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, but she also knows, it's like, yes, we have this out because of my views, but that still won't stop me from protecting him against his father in certain ways.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. I feel like deep down he knew, it's like, yeah, my mom is right. It's like, yes, my dad does shady business, and yes, I to an extent work with my dad, but on the legal side of things.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure.
But again, once she died, all bets were off. He's like, it's like, yeah,
bump that.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So that's why I have him in my villain.
Okay.
Hero.
Olivia, what are chook. And I didn't see the thing that I wrote down, but it was like, it's like, yeah, 2 bullets to the back didn't take you out, but maybe a shotgun to the face will.
Oh, I forgot a comedy, a semi-comedy moment of the week for me, in these 3 weeks was the whole thing where Anna was, as much as I'm so sick of Anna these days, but when she was
hallucinating?
No, before she was hallucinating, when she was ill. And it's like, no, I need a phlebotomy. I have this cancer in my blood, blah, blah, blah. And then she took out Pascal. And then Pascal got chewed out by Cullum. And it was just like, I'm so sorry.
And now he's off in Paris.
Listen, I feel he's going to come back and find Jocelyn's behind
I agree.
That's not going to go
Lucas
well.
said he's up in Paris, and then they got to Windermere. I was like, I was waiting for him to walk out. That was a very short Paris trip.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Joss is going to make it.
No.
So we talked about Hero. So I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So
I didn't really have anything else save for some side notes I wrote down. But that was pretty much it for me.
All right. Then the only other thing I wanted to mention, good news to end up the podcast this week. Kirsten Storms is coming back. Maxie's coming back to the canvas. Her first air date is February 12th. She's doing well. She's already filming scenes.
Yes, she is.
So really glad you've had a great recovery. Welcome back, Maxie. And, also welcome back to Carolyn Hennessy, who we saw this week, even though she's in her wheelchair. But it was really nice to see Diane, even though I forgot her name.
Diane's my other hero of the week because, being that best friend for Alexis, giving her the advice and helping her figure out what she needs to do. I also, I wish, the jurors had kind of clued in on Alexis's little slip up.
Yeah.
Other than just Nina.
And Suzanne.
Which I think, again, Suzanne, thank you for having more scenes because
I was gonna say
I like that they're giving her more scenes right now.
Yes.
It's lovely to see her, and I like how she's like, you think Willow did it, and it's like, how long have you known that Willow did it? It's like, I wasn't sure. But when we were doing the practice, there was something off.
Yep.
So it wasn't until then, and you gave your closing, that I was more solidified in my belief that she did it.
Yep, absolutely. So to see Jen Ray as the actress, I want to see more scenes with her. I'm really glad she was there. And she was, also when Alexis said, how did you know? I'm like, she used to be a psychic. Of course she knew. Now, granted, 2 different characters, but anyhow. So.
It's like, it's nice when they incorporate some of your, former characters into your scenes.
Yeah.
Just for people who might actually know you from somewhere else.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, yay that Kirsten is coming back. I've been waiting, especially since Nathan is back, and hopefully this ends the streak of Nathan and Lulu. Because, I also will give props to Nathan for parenting James and his craziness, because that was a good moment, especially since, Nathan is new to the parenting world now, since he's been gone for 7 years, and he's like, it's like, me and James are just starting to build our relationship, but I know I need to put those boundaries in. And I'm scared that if I do, it'll just ruin that. And Lulu's just like, yeah, you're his dad. You care about him. But he'll understand, So I like how Nathan's like, he was understanding, but he was still strict with James. It's like, James, this is not the first time you've done this.
Yeah.
And it's like, you didn't ask Lulu because you knew what the answer would be and you still did it anyway. So your consequence, no riding with Cody for 3 weeks. I was a bit shocked. He said 3? I was a bit shocked. He said 3.
That was much. But it'll teach you a lesson.
It will. And
teach you a lesson.
And I'm excited for Maxie's reaction to Nathan being back. I'm like, who the hell's gonna tell her? Or will he just walk up in a room? Will James just be like, Mom, I'm so glad you're alive. Dad's back too.
Right?
I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I'm excited.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited, and the fact that is coming within the next 2 to 3 weeks, likely 3, has me pumped. I will give my quick side notes because this was something that had me, that I've been kind of one, just kind of understand, one I appreciate, and the other one's just like, make it make sense.
Okay.
The first one I'm gonna talk about, briefly go over, is Wiley's phone. Because I'm just like, why does this like 9-year-old kid have a phone? I will never understand why parents give their kids phones so young. I get it could be safety reasons or emergencies or whatever, but even still, it's kind of like, why do these young kids have phones? I do appreciate the fact that Michael said it's a kid-friendly phone. I don't entirely know what that means. I don't have any kids, so I don't have a kid who has a kid-friendly phone. I don't have,
it's very, very, very limited in what you can do with it.
I figured as much, so that's why I'm like, I do appreciate they said it's a kid-friendly phone, because I'm like, in that case, if you're giving a kid-friendly phone, you know, emergencies, limited games, you know, no social media, stuff like that, I'm like, okay, in that case, yes. I'm like, sure, no problem, whatnot. So I like that the writers did very much specify that, because I'm like, there's no reason for this 9-year-old to have a full-blown phone like us adults. The other thing is, after Christina gives Jacinda the bag of money to get out of town, and Jacinda decides, I'm not going to get out of town, but I am going to go find Michael. Well, I'm going to get out of town, but I'm going to take Michael with me. The fact that she got into the courthouse with said bag of money, it's shocking to me. Because it's like, I don't, because obviously we've never seen like people go to the courthouse, walk in through the courthouse, go to the courtrooms and stuff like that. But from my experience, going into a courthouse is basically like going through TSA at an airport. They have security. You do have to if you have a bag, you do have to get it screened so they can make sure you're not bringing any weapons or anything like that into the courts. So for me, it was shocking that she made it through security with that bag of cash and didn't get, you know, flagged, because I'm like, if I was a security guy, I would think she's coming to come bribe a judge or something. Yeah. So, you know, the fact that she made it through in the courtroom with the bag is just baffling to me. But I'm like, okay. So that's what that was.
All right. And sorry, you were talking about Suzanne again, Jen Ray, and I was just scrolling on my phone while you were speaking. And as you can well imagine, like us, GH fans are calling, demanding to see more of Suzanne. And yeah, it's.
I will also say though, I do like her. Again, I've said this before on a previous episode, I believe. I do like Alexis's interactions with her now as well, because previous interactions with when Suzanne has been on screen have been like very tense, and I feel like Suzanne has been like, you know, very nervous whenever she walks into the room. And Alexis has just been like really
tense and terse.
Tense, like very, just like a little harsh. And I'm just like, why are you, like, not abusing, but like, why are you so mean to your assistant? Like, what the heck? And since this entire thing has been going on, it's lessened. I don't see that as much. Like, I do think Suzanne can be nervous at times, but it's not as visible as much.
Yeah, and maybe
she's
it was just
more confident, and
yeah,
and I really do like that, and especially with Alexis being like, you know, it's like, you're not just my assistant, I do consider you a friend and all that, and it's like, it's nice.
Yeah,
and it brings me joy, and it's just like, bring this woman in more, please.
Absolutely,
please.
And so here's some of the things that we said, or the key takeaways. Suzanne was finally seen out of the office, which we saw her in the courtroom.
Courtroom, Alexis's house.
Yeah. Alexis praised Suzanne and her skills as a juror. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Suzanne was spot on when she told Willow she sounded guilty. Which, we love how she stood up to Drew. Some fans believe that Suzanne shot Drew. Well, we now know that's not true, don't we?
No, but...
I mean, that would be fantastic.
That would be like, you hurt my boss!
He was so nasty to her because he's just so condescending to everybody.
Right?
Now, this one's interesting. Others believe she's working undercover for Sidwell.
I hope not.
I don't buy that for a second.
I don't either.
That would not be a nice twist. I'm not here for that.
No.
I'm not here for that. You could have anybody else, but not her.
No.
But yeah, but she's not afraid of Drew. I like that. She will just be like, check yourself. This is why I'm here. So, yeah. I'm with that. Okay. Well, I think that's it for this week, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we said more than enough.
Very much so.
All right. We'll come back next week for a little more soap.
And a hell of a lot of sass.
All right. Happy New Year, y'all.
Bye.
Thanks for being here.